When I opened up a tire on my Patreon feed for video requests, I knew that this could potentially open up a spiraling vortex into the exact sort of content that I wanted to avoid on my channel. That someone would ask me to talk about some extremely popular YouTuber with no integrity or soul under the pretense that I would spring up some generalizations about their content under a mildly aggressive but mostly snobbish layer of partial irony. What was actually tasked to me was something totally unexpected. A smaller channel with only a few thousand subs more than me, whose content was, and is, much more interesting than most of the usual garbage that people ask me to talk about on this website. MamaMax feels like one of my future all-time favorite creators. But he isn't quite there yet. I see plenty of up-and-growing channels that feel like they have a strong potential of one day being really consistent sources for the golden pool that is YouTube content. But in most of these cases, I still feel like there's something off that's stopping them from reaching their full potential. With MamaMax, I don't get the feeling that his content is incomplete, but rather that there just isn't enough of the good stuff. It's not that there's anything lacking or disappointing about his channel, but more of the fact that when I visit his homepage and scroll through his feed, I get hit with the strongest stench of, "Oh, I showed up too early, didn't I?" MamaMax has great videos, he has amazing videos, but he also has a lot of videos that are a little stale and tasteless. Not tasteless like offensive or crude, I mean tasteless like a saltine cracker. Now, I like saltine crackers, don't get me wrong, but saltine crackers are forgettable. I've consumed so many saltine crackers throughout my life, but I can't attach a single one to any experience worth talking about. And it's not as if having saltine cracker videos makes him a saltine cracker creator. I myself release saltine cracker videos every Saturday. It's more than when he has so few videos, it leaves the idea that his channel is just a little bit young right now. And perhaps that is what makes MamaMax's channel so currently baffling. It's hard to see such a huge plethora of a fresh gourmet feast next to a pack of saltine crackers. And a feast is the best explanation of what a good mama video is like. When you eat a Wendy's Junior Bacon Cheeseburger, you kinda want another one because it isn't very satisfying or filling, but it still leaves a nice taste in your mouth. But after you take part in a giant banquet, all you want to do is lay down and hate yourself for an hour. Man, I sure do a lot of food metaphors. Have you ever met someone like on a subway or at a park or a meetup for a college that you're never going to be able to afford and you get along really well with them and you're just using them as an excuse to pass half an hour along, and then out of nowhere they just start dropping serious personal information that probably should be delivered to a therapist and not a total stranger? Now imagine that happening to you, and somehow in a very short amount of time that person morphs into someone that you feel you know very well just out of the honesty of some of the things that they're saying to you. In that essence, Max feels less like a random stranger bitching about their problems so that they can vent about them, and more like a good friend who's gone through the same things as you, and is trying to help you get through your problems in real time. Max's channel is strangely straightforward and candid, which is heavily contrasting from his Todd in the Shadows non-persona. Some YouTubers hide their faces for personal reasons, so they don't get bothered on the street, so people won't make fun of their putrid excuses for chins. But it seems to me that MamaMax hides half of his face for the fun of it, and for no other reason. In some ways, it is a little odd how little we actually know about this guy, and yet how much he has revealed to us about his personal life and history. I don't even know his name. His name could be Kevin for all we know. He could just be messing with us and calling himself Max. And yet he's bared to us so many of his personal demons and the things that he's struggled with in life. Now, Max is well known for doing videos on other YouTubers, but in my opinion, his best are those that cover more personal and intrusive concepts. His Life Sucks series appears to be a direct window into the darkest and deepest parts of his mind, and in some ways that can be a little bit harrowing. This is a different level to most of the content that you'll see getting popular on YouTube. The videos are so hard to explain to you without just forcing you to watch them, mainly because most of them are so well spoken that someone of my intelligence, who is often confused by simple things like tenses and plural phrases, probably shouldn't be tasked with trying to detail them. But hey, someone paid me $36, so here we fucking go! What makes his channel special and set apart from most others is that despite the brutally authentic tone and the unhinged style of animation and recording, all of the videos I've seen of his are more positive than they are negative. His channel covers so many topics that consume everything with total darkness, but only so that he can show that there's always light at the end of the tunnel. Max will open up rotting wounds embedded within your mind, but only because it isn't healing properly and it needs to be resealed with the right medication. Watching videos on Max's channel has led me into some of the few situations where I felt alright thinking about embarrassing or upsetting moments from my past. Usually when those bad memories cross my mind, I shudder and shout something to shock it out of my system before it seeps too deep into my skin. But when I watch Max's videos about the same situations, instead of making me relive the same negative emotions that they usually do, they make me embrace the humanity that comes with having times like that. Even something as insignificant as seeing him talk about his past videos and how he feels about them, all the way up to big issues like anxiety, depression, and loneliness. I've seen YouTubers bring these topics up before, but never in such detail that closely represents the actual feelings that can come with them. These videos are so much more than just some millennial hotshot YouTuber with a $30 haircut standing in front of a camera and telling you that none of these things will matter in the long run, because eventually you too will be a rich and famous YouTuber. There's something inherently more realistic about them. It's not that those videos are inauthentic or fake, but more that some days when you're going through these problems, the person you're gonna want to talk to isn't gonna be a semi-millionaire putting on their best radio voice. MamaMax videos at their finest are so raw, so vitriolic, so intense, that they almost feel like going through the very topics that he brings up in the videos. That's why I said that they take the wind out of your system. You don't crave for more, you have to take a break before you watch the next video. And yet, it's a totally satisfying and enriching experience. I would suggest heavily that you subscribe to MamaMax. Right now, there might not be many videos that appeal to you personally, and there might actually be literally zero that you truly like. But I believe that Max is going to do something in the near future that is going to blow the top off of this very website. And when that happens, you're going to want a front row seat. Or, at least, you're going to want to be able to claim superiority by saying that you were there before everyone else. Hey Max, can you do me a favor and not turn out to be a murdering psychopath? Because if you do, that prediction I just made earlier is still technically correct, and that might make my channel look bad. So yeah, just for my sake, don't kill anyone. Also guys, I just checked out Max's Patreon. You should go contribute a few dollars, because when he gets to $500, he's gonna do a dance with no pants on. That's right. Where he's gonna do a full-on dick reveal. Come on, you know you want to see that. Just pitch in like 10 bucks, and we will get that man to. He's only like 80 bucks away. Come on, just do it. I actually want this.